Is Chelem, Mexico safe? Hi, I'm Kyber with TrustFirst Real Estate, and in this video I'll talk about whether or not Chelem is safe and what we're talking about when we ask that question. So I thought, what better way to talk about the safety of Chelem than walking around Chelem? We've all seen videos of Tulum, Puerto Vallarta, Acapulco, where people are saying they're safe, that the city is very safe, but they're saying this from the balcony of their condo or the safety of their office, which, in my opinion, speaks volumes, especially at night in some of those other places. You depending where you are, you really shouldn't be out at all. So I thought I'd make this video kind of demonstrating and walking the walk. So I'll walk through, I'm currently in the, let's call it the central park of downtown Chelem. And downtown is in quotation marks here. It's a very small town, a very small beach town, right? So calling it downtown might seem funny to somebody that lives here because not much of a downtown. So I'll give you a walking tour. I'm going to try and go down some, here I'll take a turn here. I'm going to go down a nice quiet street. It's still kind of well lit. It's still kind of well lit, but not much happening. So I want to take you down places where in another country, perhaps, depending where you're from, you may not want to walk down by yourself at night. So I'm just going to do that while I speak, just to, like I said, walk the walk and show you what many other people have found about Chelem. So when we talk about safety and crime in the Yucatan, and in this case specifically in Chelem, it's important to distinguish exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about violent crime, right? Things that will affect your person and that will traumatize you either a little bit or for life. So when we're talking violent crime, it's next to none here. It's a very safe place. The Yucatan in itself is a very contained state. Even their drinking laws for public drinking are much more restrictive than a lot of other states. And it is the safest place in Mexico for many reasons. I won't get into all of them here, but there are many things that have affected that and make for a really safe place to live. So, violent crime, next to none, right? You probably hear a story every couple of years or something, but next to none. Now, theft is another thing. We're in a third world country where everybody's nice and everybody gets along, but people have to make ends meet, right? You have those people that have no other means, and so they steal. And then you have bad apples like every town, right? But that can be mitigated by, having protectores on your home, bars on your home, or locking up your valuables when you're not using them. It's a very small price to pay for living in paradise, and you find your strategies to mitigate those potential losses. You can chain stuff up, but it's not uncommon for a water pump to go missing, or sometimes a house gets broken into when people are gone. So we just mitigate those losses. So you can see it's a quiet street. It's still kind of lit. My camera's doing a better job of lighting this than it actually is. So it's a little bit darker than what you're seeing on the screen, I believe. So that covers the violent crime versus the theft. Now, Chelem is a very tight-knit community, and if you haven't visited, you'll quickly learn that. And the expats here really take care of one another, and even a lot of the locals. You have a lot of good-hearted people here that are happy to help and happy to welcome people. You also have those that feel like their town is being infiltrated, and they're not wrong, right? A lot of Canadians and Americans have come here, and the price of housing has gone up. But for the most part, people are kind and respectful, and you're not going to run into any major problems here, such as some other places, especially police in some other states are very resentful that you may have money and they may not. And that's not the case here. The police are very kind here. I've been stopped a couple times, traffic stops, and minor things, going the wrong way in a one-way, and it happened just last week, and it's just very kind with the police officer. I made a mistake, and he told me he was going to give me a fine, and he ended up not giving me the fine because I'm just nice. So, for the most part, everybody is very kind here. Hola. He doesn't talk to me, but that's okay. So the expat community here is very tight-knit, and you have a lot of wonderful locals here that like to help out as well. So in conclusion, I do think that Chelem is a wonderful retirement community. It's very safe. I live in Merida, but I've lived in Progreso as a kid and came to Chelem all the time to hang out with friends or for events, and nothing has ever happened to me here as a kid or as an adult. It is a very safe place and not a place that you have to worry at all. In fact, I don't know where you're from and where you're watching this from, but I would dare to say that it's probably safer than your hometown. I can't say for sure though. If you have any questions regarding Chelem or anywhere else in the Yucatan and would like answers on that, or you're looking at houses or rentals or whatever it may be, I'd be happy to speak with you. And if I'm not the right solution, I'd be happy to help you find it. Have a good night. Bye from Chelem.